Hi, I'm Zach with Veurink's RV Center, and I'll be showing you the Stratus 281 VBH. So here you have your manual jack, or your electric jack here, up and down. You do have an LED docking light on there as well. If for some reason that motor were to go out on you, you are supplied with a little crank handle for manually doing that. Just a little socket, it'll fit down in there. You can crank that manually. Under here, you do have your two 20-pound propane tanks. They are full. So here's your regulator. You can see that window there. When it's clear, it means you got pressure in your tank. Once that goes red, you can go ahead and switch it to the opposite tank, and you can go have that one filled. Back here, you do have your 12-volt deep cycle battery, as well as a battery cutoff switch. So when you're traveling or plugged in at the park, you do want to have that on. That allows charging of the battery while you're going down the road or when you're plugged into shore power. If you're going to store it for a period of time, go ahead and turn that to off. Right here, you do have your breakaway cable. So this will attach to the frame of your vehicle. And there's actually a pin box. Let me take this off again. Located right here. So what that's going to do, if the trailer were to ever detach from you, from the your vehicle, it's going to pull that pin out of that pin box, lock up the brakes on your unit. Right over here, you do have the one side of your through storage, your pump, and your winterizing hose will be right here. There'll be a valve on that, so you can switch the one off of your pump. Turn this one on for winterizing. You'll be able to suck the antifreeze through your pump this way. Very convenient location there. You have your fresh water fill there. And then down below you will have your fresh drain. City water connection for direct pressure. On all four corners you will have stabilizer jacks as well. The unit does have a slide out, so there is some maintenance with that. You do have a rubber sweep seal here. Over time, you know, those will stiffen up. They do make a conditioner for that. I recommend using it a few times a year. Just spray it on there, you can wipe it off. Just keeps that rubber pliable. Under here, you do have your gray tank. So you have a valve right under the slide there. Opposite side, you do have a 50 amp hookup here, a little blue light indicator to let you know you do have power going to the unit. Outdoor shower with hot and cold, and a black tank flush, which I'm about to go over with you here. So down below you have your second gray on the left and your black tank on the right. So when you dump the black tank, once that's done dumping, you can go ahead and hook up your black tank flush and they'll kind of spray the inside of your tank. You do have probes in the tank. If those get buildup on them, they won't read accurately. So you can do your best to kind of clean those off. Never hook up to your black tank flush if the valve is closed. That's just going to fill your black tank up. And your valves will be right under here. Bumper end caps, you can remove that to store your sewage hose. You have your satellite in, or your cable in, and your satellite in there. You are pre-wired for a backup camera. Nice back gate. There's a 200-pound capacity on that, as well as you have your steps there, which is convenient because I do recommend checking your roof sealant a few times a year. Get up there, if you see any cracking, clean it off, seal it with like a self-leveling lap sealant. Here you do have your 110 refrigerator. Outside cooktop here. So to work the cooktop, you are supplied with a quick connect hose, which will hook up underneath here. and you want that little lever in line with the line there. The opposite side, you do have a quick connect hose or a quick connection to tap into your propane on your unit. So that'll just pull back. You can feed this line in and do the same thing with that little lever there. Put that in line there. Now you'll have propane flowing through. Go ahead and put this on light, and you can manually light that. You do have your faucet here. It's kind of grooved, so you got to find that groove, push down, spin it to add that faucet on there. You have to take it off when you do store this back in there. So the water for this does not drain into your tank. There's actually a drain here. You can put a bucket underneath or just let it drain right onto the ground there. That'll spin off, allow that to come down. So with your tires, I do recommend having your bearings checked every year. And depending on how much you're using it. If you're only using a couple times a year, you know, I would have them inspected every 2. You do have your 110 outlet here, which will be on a GFI. The reset for that will be in your bathroom. Cable outlet there. If you did want to have a TV out here, you can do so. Fridge vent, nothing you really have to do there. I recommend vacuum it out a couple times a year because you will get dust in there. You do have a furnace vent here. You don't want to keep anything plastic or anything too close to that because that will get hot while in use. You have your Suburban water heater here. It is gas and electric. So you will have a switch here underneath and then one on your monitor panel on the inside. Both have to be on for that to operate on electric. And then the button for your propane will be on your monitor panel as well. You'll hit the button, there'll be like a 20-second delay, and then that will fire up. You do have a pressure relief valve here, so when you do pull your anode rod out, you do want to relieve the pressure in your tank before you do pull that out. You'll need a 1 1/16 socket to remove that. If you pull the anode rod out and it's pitted, that's normal. It's supposed to break down in your tank. It's basically what it's doing is sacrificing itself to save the inside of your tank. Over here you have your other side of your storage, as well as a light here. What that's working is you do have blue LED lights underneath the unit, which that'll illuminate there. You are pre-wired for a solar panel. That's something you want to get down the line. What that's doing is just charging up your battery, giving you your 12-volt power. You do have other connections for your faucet. Your exterior faucet over there. We do supply you with a 10-foot sewage hose. Since you do have a 50 amp, we do give you a dog bone to drop that down from a 50 to a 30. And then from a 30 to a regular 15 amp extension. Here's that crank handle we discussed in the beginning of the video here, as well as your crank handle for your stabilizers. You are equipped with the MORride steps, so to lift those up, push into your unit, it'll lock into place. You do have this little lever here to disengage that. You do have pins on the side here. If you are on uneven ground, you can adjust those legs accordingly, but you do want this to sit flush on your threshold there to allow you to be able to shut that door. So here you have your thermostat, works your AC and your furnace, as well as your fan there. You do have a light switch here, which will work your backlighting in the kitchen. You do have your awning button here. See, we can bring that out a little bit for you. Down here you do have your slide out button. It is gear driven, so once you start hearing the clicking, that's when you do want to stop that going in and out. You have an exterior amber light here, your main light switch here, and your LED light there. In here you do have your monitor panel. So here you'll have your water pump if you're using your fresh tank, water heater on propane and water heater on electric. Like I said, outside you have to have both on electric, the outside one on your water heater and this one for that to work on electric. Then here you do have your battery level, your fresh level, black, and both of your grades. GFI reset here, your switch in here as well, and you do have the leveling. You'll have to download the app for that, which will be in all your paperwork, and it'll show you where your levels are. There's levelers on the unit. And then you have the foot flush toilet and your fan. So this will just spin up, and you have your fan button here. Over here you do have your bunks. And this will actually lift up for storage. Whether you put bikes in there, dog crate. Down below here, you do have your fuse panel and your breakers. So all your fuses will be on the right-hand side there. All your breakers for your 110 will be on the left. Everything is labeled. I do recommend getting some 15 amp fuses just to have on hand in case for some reason one of those goes out. You do have your sofa, which has a heated. You do have the blue LEDs as well on both sides, and it does have a massager as well. Over here you do have your fireplace. All your remotes will be located in here. You have your fireplace there, different colors. You can set a timer on it, and you can change the heat. TV remote, as well as your stereo remote there. So that will be wired through HDMI to your TV, so you can, whatever you're watching or listening to on your TV, you can have it going through your speakers. Over here you do have your gas and electric refrigerator. Different modes here. Auto, gas. On auto it's going to go to electric first for you. As soon as you unplug the unit, it's going to shoot over to propane. Or you just have the option to go straight to propane with it. Temperature setting here, and then hold your off button to turn that off. You do have the microwave there, as well as your hood fan. It is vented to the outside. Your Furrion cooktop here. The blue LED, which will also illuminate the bulb inside of your oven there. So to light this, go ahead and put that on the pilot flame, hold it in, and you can spark that over. Now with your oven, put it on your pilot flame, hold that in, give it about 20-30 seconds, let that prime up. And once it's been 20 or 30 seconds, you can go ahead and crank that over. Once you establish a pilot flame, keep it held down for 5 seconds or so, and then you can pick your desired temperature. Over here you do have a little hidden cabinet here with a USB and a GFI outlet. Over here you do have your dinette. So the tabletop will actually pop right off of the leg there, and that'll sit down on these little cleats. And you can take your cushion and put that over top to make yourself another bed there. So in the bedroom, to your left, you'll have your emergency exit. Over here, you will have a backer if you wanted to put a TV in. There's usually like a 1x1 board back there for installing a TV. I do recommend using a swivel mount. A little, you're pre-wired for the King Wi-Fi. You do have your TV hookup here and your 110 outlet as well. You do have a light that illuminates in your cabinets there. as well as your main light. The one underneath will just be a push button. Then located back in the cubbies back there, you do have an outlet on each side as well as USB ports for charging your phone. Underneath here, you do have some storage. There are struts to make that easier for you. And then located down here, you do have your propane detector. So there is a propane leak, that'll go off. If you're spraying aerosol cleaners, that'll go off. If you spray like hairspray, that'll also go off. So be careful with all those. Up above here, you do have your smoke alarm. And then by your entry door, you will have your fire extinguisher.